Hello, and welcome to my first game in the new Evergreen tournament against Dmitry Nikishin, who I will be facing as the random side, which is apparently the USA. This is a new tournament format that I'm really excited to participate in, which works like this. If you lose, you are out. All games are 45 minutes per player long. Played with random sides with US +2, obviously. And yeah, you have only 10 days to schedule a single game, which is possibly challenging, but also it ensures that the tournament runs smoothly. And this is the first round. And it's decent. Marshall is obviously really good with Europe. Hand is pretty poor in terms of ops, with only 1 4-op and 4 red 2-ops and CIA. But if I'm able to get away with Europe domination, it's gonna be great. If I can event Korean War before he enters it, that's also great. I got Decol, which is good, with Vietnam, which is also good. That means he's not gonna get easy access to Thailand unless he uses D-Style for that. So overall, I don't think there is much to complain about. So I expect him to coup Iran now. If he failed completely, that would be great, of course. Okay, he didn't. He did that with Suez, interestingly enough, which means that I actually don't have to exit Israel now. So I'll take this opportunity to event Korean War. That fucking sucks, but well. Because now the only card that could kick me out of Israel with an event is Arab-Israeli War, which I'm holding. Of course, he may still have Middle East scoring, but then if he scored the Middle East now, he would have to allow me to get Korea. He gets the Korea, it's reasonable. In return I get Japan, which is fine. Well, okay, let's just do this. It's not great, but it doesn't get him. It doesn't give him an easy Middle East scoring if he has it. I am quite reluctant when it comes to entering Malaysia when Defcon is at 4, especially when I don't know where the attack is. Okay, he gives me some breathing space. Let's drop Europe. It's not gonna get better. Okay, he had it. Only 1 VP, that's absolutely manageable. Get rid of this. Okay, very passive turn from both of us. Of course, the perfect scenario would be to coup with Vietnam on last AR. I would still be lacking Millops in that case, though. He didn't enter Libya, so sure, I guess I will try to coup Egypt, get all the Millops I may need, and now I could play Arab-Israeli War on my last AR in a relatively safe manner, and I can play Vietnam revolts next turn. Hey, the goal. Okay, but fortunately failed. Vietnam is gone. I mean, Vietnam is in my hand, but I still need to go to Malaysia. Decall is gone, so I don't have to care about Indonesia that much. I don't think I want to enter Angola though. I could overprotect Italy against socialists, or Panama against a coup. I think I will just put a point in Panama. Close. Okay, defectors are here, which is a great defense against potential purge. That would really hurt me. So let's go for this. Socialists are also here, so I'm not getting Sotsgovt anytime soon. I will give it back before the turn ends because I have UN. Of course, the concern is that I don't know where the distal is, so that may be happening. I guess I could enter Colombia. I didn't get in the Pakistani war, which means that I need a way to get Milops anyway. I may space Vietnam revolts, honestly, because I probably want to keep UN intervention and socialists for my last AR in case of blockade. And I probably don't want to give up Vietnam on AR6. However, maybe that's manageable, we'll see. Distal headline, maybe? Would be nice. Okay, that's a headline. There aren't many good USSR headlines. Aside from Purge, there are almost none. I guess Fiddle is okay, but not really exciting, especially with CA going back into the deck. Well, maybe that doesn't matter much, but it doesn't achieve much. I guess he didn't get Fiddle because it was still better than Independent Reds. I think he didn't get the Purge as well. Unless he was really scared about me defecting the Purge, but I don't think so. He still may have Distal. Hello. He's doing it immediately, that's really interesting. That means he's going for Thailand with 2. That's for sure. Okay, this is a very Asia-heavy Distal. There's only one good response to that, which is Queen Chile. Yeah, sure. It's not like I had the choice though. I had to try it. Alright, so he obviously gets the Asia domination. I'm not sure if he has it. He didn't headline Asia. So if he has Asia, I think he... Wait, what? This is really weird. Wait, what? Okay, he's acting like he really knew I had defectors, but like how? Why? This is weird. Okay, I guess he had Fidel. He just decided to headline my event. I guess. Sure, this is just spread. He had perch too, jeez. I guess he really knew I had defectors somehow. Now Vietnam revolts aren't as scary, so I guess I will not space this turn, I will just give him Comecon, then Vietnam, and then see what happens on last AR depending on the blockade. I was expecting a really blue hand out of this headline, but it seems to me that he got only red and neutral cards. It's kind of the opposite of what I was expecting. Makes sense. Blockade for influence, alright. So I guess in this case I will just play one with socialists now. Nah, if I'm giving up Vietnam revolts, that doesn't make much sense. Sure, let's just grab all the mid-war countries that I'm gonna need anyway. At least he didn't have Asia, that's some good news. His hand was incredible though. He didn't use the opportunity to purge plus blockade me. But of course that would be a bit awkward if he was expecting defectors. But he didn't even try, damn. I would try almost for sure. He got containment too, jeez. Hey, this is really unfortunate. Let's play safe in Europe. Sure. He got the Indo-Pakistani war, so I guess I can at least force him to... He loves headlining my events. Now I get it, but... I mean, Indo-Pakistani war was a better headline, if nothing else. Dark and cover is still fine, because since he got the Indo-Pakistani war, I can at least force him to give me Milops by making him coup for them. Okay, just like that. Those are, of course, small mistakes, but he played Olympic Games, which is a card I didn't know, instead of, for example, Warsaw Pact or Indo-Pakistani War. So he's revealing more information than he should be. This is annoying, of course. And the fact that he has a 4-up is also annoying. I guess I will have to give up Nigeria. So I can give it a shot by doing something like this. But if he's playing correctly, he will just use nuclear test ban to take Saudi Arabia and Nigeria, which is what I expect him to do. All I'm doing is giving him an opportunity to make a mistake. Oh, he just doesn't care about taking Nigeria. Interesting. Well, Asia will get worse more likely than the Middle East, so let's do this. Of course I could try going Cameroon, but I'm absolutely not going to give him Fidel for free, so I just don't have a suitable card for that anymore. Okay, reasonable passive play. Let's get rid of the scoring, so now I have a playable 2-up at least. He events it? Okay, and I'm expecting 5-year plan, hopefully not with Europe. Or he may actually hold it, of course. Blockade. Alright, I wasn't prepared for that, but it's hard to be prepared with those hands for a blockade. I got very little 3-ups on turn 1 and 3. I'm not gonna coup this, it doesn't look great. I will give myself some access to Nigeria and set up domination in Africa, and I will enter Colombia for access to Venezuela. And of course I hope he doesn't get Che, and he didn't, I did. And now we have some decisions to make. So I'm not headlining this, I'm not headlining this, and this as well. I'm not headlining this too, and Nixon is meaningless for now. So it's OAS, Puppets or Bear Trap. Puppets get me Pakistan, Venezuela and Brazil, probably. Bear Trap is not great. Well, it's fine, it lets me coup, but then... If he coups Colombia... Che is still bad, I don't want him to get Che. And OAS into Venezuela and Brazil after he coups Colombia is very awkward. I think I should try to play around OAS or Bear Trap as my last AR and start with Puppets now. Really? Are you fucking serious? Unreal. Yeah, right. Sure, let's try something like this. And I will try to bear trap him on my last air. Okay, that makes sense. Let's take the China card before he plays it. Normally Camp David event wouldn't be of any use here, but since I'm under purge, I guess I can just passively event it and get a VP, have it for the future when the Orapis Rally War comes back, perhaps when the flower power is active. Okay, he's going into space, I may do that myself. It's like third failed space roll in a row. Nice hand, Jesus. Yeah, sure, nice rolls too. No, well, at least he had that. Nice roll! What is going on? Eh, sure. Another great hand, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, so there's one good event here, which is of course nuclear subs, but it's really vulnerable to salt, and he may have salt. John Paul is not really great, Europe is gone, Panama Canal is useless. This hand sucks. Alliance for Progress is not very spectacular too. Our man in Tehran may be of some use, but with this little ops I don't feel like that's great. I guess Flower Power, which is a red card, is the best here. It gives him some VPs during the game, but at least I can get a 4-up actually. Truman is gone. John Paul is of little use then. I guess his Europe situation doesn't look very solid, so I could probably go for John Paul and just try to, you know, go for some cheesy Europe control stuff later on. Oh, I'm an idiot also. I didn't get control of Pakistan. Alright, my bad. That's a mistake. There was surely a moment where I should have done that. I really don't like headlining nuclear subs. Sure, let's just go jump all, I guess. Cultural, okay. Okay, he stays there. That's nice. That's surely useful. What am I gonna do with it though? Going Nigeria is a must anyway. I have to do it. So I think I will start with it. Yeah, right. Okay, I'm getting another chance, but after his crazy fucking rolls in Africa, I don't even have a stable way to get to Nigeria. I could I could go for Europe control right now and pray that the Warsaw Pact doesn't return to his hand, but okay, I can take Pakistan and India basically at any moment. So I could actually take a shot at Saharan states again. Now nuclear subs is almost surely played for ups, so I can actually play Fidel with UN too. Just screw everything. What are the chances? Like 1 in 3? 1 in 3 to get him out of there, and 1 in 6 to get myself in. That's suboptimal. I could go for Brazil break with flower power, but I would have to have another 4-up for that, so that I can take Pakistan when he gets out. Sure, let's just take a shot at it. Yeah, 1. Went basically as well as I could have expected. Can you stay again? Nope. Yeah, right. So I guess something like that is a play. Or actually, yeah, that went. Okay, finally a good roll. After his own good roll, so it's Colombia is still vulnerable to his coups, but at least I temporarily disabled his realignments. Another 4 up. Oh, I get to choose between India and Cameroon coup. Let's go for Cameroon coup. Well, yeah, sure. Never mind. I should have gone for India, my bad. I should have never assumed that I can roll well. Well, so he created a double threat, so he can take advantage of one of those things. But actually, because of the fact that I rolled exactly one, he can take advantage of any of those. But probably not both. I mean, if he doesn't have Africa scoring, then he didn't care either way, so then he can just take India. The reason why Queen Cameroon was good is because when I get access to Cameroon, I can overtake Nigeria if he takes India. If he doesn't have a 4-up other than China to take both India and overprotect Nigeria. But in this case, he can just take India for free, and there's nothing to stop him. What a disgusting game. I guess since there's no gunman inside, I will probably try spacing Fidel and holding UN so that I can use it for the gunman if I get him. Unreasonable hands. He's thinking for a long time, interesting. Unbelievable. If he doesn't have South America, I don't know what's going on. He's playing really, really heavily into it. This is a very hard hand to play.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
A lot of events that I have to carefully order. What can I get from Missile Envy? The problem is that not much. Some red events, but honestly, if I use it, I will probably get like shuttle or arms race, which is not great. Canary getting rid of Southeast Asia is somewhat okay. It doesn't necessarily remove this threat, it just kicks the can down the road, but there is always a chance that it will not come back. Colonials are great for getting a quick, easy, dirty Africa domination on, for example, layer 1. And Central looks really good. And I don't know what to do with Salt, because I'm once again deprived any ops, so I will probably just use Salt as my only playable free op. So I think this is the way. Let's just go for colonials. I'm not surprised to see this. Of course, it's just in line with everything so far. Without China, going for Thailand influence is kind of a waste. Therefore, I will just grab additional non-battleground. Unbelievable. So it's Junta, Brush War and ABM, all three. I guess we'll see if the reshuffle changes anything. Okay, so Central doesn't look really good anymore because, like, if he got Junta, then of course it doesn't. Then I guess instead of taking Cuba with Salt, I will actually use Salt for an event after discarding Central with Kennedy. And I don't need Missile Envy too. So I'm probably getting rid of all those. Don't think Africa will get better. There's always a possibility that I get a gunman from Kennedy. Looking at my luck so far, it's the most probable outcome. But thanks to the Salt event that I could use, maybe that would be an opportunity for me to get rid of it. So I think I will do just that. I will just discard everything except Salt. Wow. Lone gunman. Look at that. How is this game so fucking predictable? Okay, at least this failed. Alright. Now it's a good moment to Salt. Because, of course, just before the reshuffle, the number of cards in the discard pile is the highest. ABM is kinda alright. It's basically a coup in South America. Junta is another coup in South America, but it lowers the defcon. It's a bit different, but I would say it's probably better. Brush is bad because I have to pay the flower power tax. Purge is alright. It may force him to give me voice if he gets it, but okay, so I think what I should do here is just event Cuban Missile Crisis, honestly. And then Salt. And then give him Gunman and play with Defcon at 4. I think that's how I take advantage of this whole situation. Let's just use the Cuban Missile Crisis and... Because the problem is that he may just keep hitting that Colombia over and over again, and with him having Brazil overprotected, me having no spare access to Venezuela in case I get cut off from Colombia's side, this is really, really awkward in South America. So I will just spend a turn now to a round now to turn off all the possible coups he may try to perform. Now, of course, I can give him the gunman. There's a chance that he won't be able to get more mill-ups. I actually, that's pretty certain. There's no real way for him to get it. I mean, he could try going through Costa Rica and Nicaragua or something, but that's unreasonable. So he will probably stay at 1 mill-up, and I will get some mill-ups now. Nice. admin on battlegrounds and then improve the defcon to 4. That's probably the plan. So I will get some points from the penalty he will pay for not getting enough mill-ups. Okay, that's fine. It's just passive, but it's okay. I could realign Zaire, but I will probably stick to my plan. Okay, let's be safe. Let's start with spacing. Okay, a single successful space roll, that's something. The unfortunate consequence of improving the defcoin is that if he has the CAA in hand, which he may, or if he gets it next turn, he will be able to just get rid of it freely, but I'm not going to assume that he has it or will get it. It's just I fully expect to just draw the CIA after the reshuffle, so that doesn't matter that much. And you know, if he gets the CIA and gives it to me turn on AR1, at least I got the CIA on AR1 on his turn. That's fine. Okay. Still playing into Poland. Really holding on to his Europe battlegrounds. Let's get the mill-ups. If he gets voice, then purging him would be a great choice. Grain sales may also be a good headline against him. If he gets like voice and CIA, getting grain sales is a good way to put pressure on him. Panama is a great brochure target, but but for obvious reasons, which is flower power, I'm not really eager to take it. Purge is likely to be just offset by potential Brezhnev. I have some good realignments to make. I don't like taking grain sales because it's not a neutral card, which means that it will just... If I don't take it, it will just come back and possibly bite him later, especially with him being so far on the space track. So I think I will go for Purge or Junta. Okay, he got the CIA, which is good news of the day. He also got Brezhnev, which is the bad news of the day. But that means that if I purge him and he uses Brezhnev, then he still will not be able to space the CIA, which is good, I guess. Yeah, hello. It's really sad that he got Brezhnev, but his other cards are really bad, so the fact that I got to cancel his Brezhnev is good enough for me. I expect him to to give me the CIA now. Theoretically, he may try to play with it for some time. The DEFCON is at 5. Alright. That doesn't necessarily mean he has Quagmire. Maybe he just needed a good card to use it. I know he didn't get the UN intervention, so I will actually do something like this. Because yeah. Why again the 2? Jesus. Okay, I took that risk willingly because I expect him to give me the CIA now. So I assume I will be able to coup Nigeria now again. So that was my assumption. But the fact that I have to do it is mildly infuriating. Wait, really? Okay, at least he failed, thank God. But am I wrong? No, it looks like he has the CIA, and also he doesn't have the UN intervention. Interesting. Alright, so let's... Okay, that doesn't work. It's not even close. So we'll take a draw in Asia. Let's try something like this, I guess. Interesting, he had another free up. Just started with NORAD. Okay, I'm not spacing in the Pakistani war with OPEC and Sotsgov, so I will give him the 2 VPs. Unfortunately, we'll have to. Okay. Unfortunately, I lost 1 influence, but it's great that I got to kick him out of that country. That went well. So now... Whoa, he had Middle East, so my light shot at Iran was actually a hit. Asia is definitely not going to get better, so I'm glad that Middle East and Asia got discarded for free. Okay, that's at least one good reason, one good purpose to use Sadat. A good role for him, good role for me. He has Willy Brandt, CIA and something. And duck and cover. His hand was pretty risky, man, I don't know. The fact that he decided to keep CIA. Interesting. Let's... So I could overprotect... Wait, okay, I actually know for a fact that he cannot take Nigeria over, so I'm not gonna rush to defend it. I will just use UN with OPEC on my last AR. And he can use Willy Brandt now, probably for an event, but we'll see. So I have to overprotect Nigeria, take Mexico, and take Canada? Maybe I don't need to take Mexico if he events Willy Brandt, then I will just repair West Germany, overprotect Nigeria and take Canada. I don't necessarily need to take Mexico immediately. Oh, he goes. Oh, that's good for me. I like the fact that he failed. That's another very suspicious hand. Wilbury will be discarded to blockade. I would like to headline Soviets, but that's my only card that's more than 2 ops. So I guess I will just go for Armen in Tehran. Let's see. He drew that! He fucking drew that a turn after giving me Norad. Yeah. Okay, getting rid of those 2 cards will at least be somewhat helpful. He's going to get rid of the CIA now, probably. Although I was sure he would do that last turn and he didn't, so maybe he's still greedy and maybe he still wants to keep it. I don't know, it's debatable whether I should have headlined the Soviets should down call or not. I'm kind of torn on that. Because then I'm basically hopeless. This whole hand is 1 and 2 ups. But what I do achieve is I get to force him to hold on to the CIA, and if he got like 5-year plan and tear down this wall or something really unfortunate like that, then he doesn't get to play the game. Okay, he decides to hold on to the CIA, which is kind of understandable because we are really fighting for Africa. I'm curious whether he has the scoring, since he's really risking it. Yeah, he did. Well, I don't have a good way to immediately get AVP to cancel the reformer, so I guess I will use my ops to get mid-ops in case he has the arms race. Let's go for Uruguay. It's a bit less efficient, but if I get Uruguay, then I get a good chance. At least I get a shot at kicking him out of South America, and I still have some 1-ups to coup Saharan states with, so... he just fixes that, doesn't matter. Let's get rid of that. I won. I know that he doesn't have Latin American debt crisis since I discarded it with Armen in Tehran, so I don't need to worry about that. Fidel is still in the deck, somewhere, hiding, waiting to hit me from behind, so I'm not entering Cuba yet, unfortunately. Oh, he had that. Wait, really? He doesn't... He made that decision to not space that. So I expect him to space something. Warsaw Pact still in the deck, so I'm not gonna hit Poland just yet. This is never gonna be active, right? Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I'm kind of fed up with it. Fucking once. He has to space that. Okay, now 2-ups are unspaceable for him. Well. Not much to be done on the map, if you ask me. Sure, I guess I'll keep cooing. Yeah, hell yeah, finally a good roll. Because with all the battlegrounds, basically all the battlegrounds, being already taken. Okay. Okay, thank God this wasn't a failure. Nice. Okay, I got something good from life. So yes, CIA and something else. What I was saying before is that when basically all the battlegrounds are taken, perhaps the best way to are you fucking joking? To achieve some kind of change is to just coup stuff and hope that you roll well, because then you can achieve a drastic change in one move that it's not really expected to be achievable by just putting ups into stuff that's already captured. Okay, so we have 2 ABMs. Junta and Brush were still somewhere in the deck, by the way, or in his hand, of course. What are the chances of me killing myself with Missile Envy? Virtually none. What are the chances of me getting Europe? Well, I don't know where the Reformer is. Do I need to play for Europe? Not necessarily.
Праздником всех вас, дорогие товарищи! Пусть он укрепит нас в стремлении сделать все ради возрождения Родины, идти вперед по пути социалистического обновления.
It's Chernobyl or Missile Envy. I'm still scared of a Warsaw Pact. I'm not gonna risk it all just yet. I think Missile Envy is just better. Duck is in the graveyard. I mean, in the discard pile, just as the Cull is. So I feel like this is the best way to move forward. If he doesn't have Reformer, then Glasnost is actually not a bad card for me. I get my own poor man's ABM to imitate his 2 ABMs. I have to pay a tax of 2 VPs for that, of course, but at least I will get a chance to use it once. I'm actually glad that I didn't get like grain sales or something like that. Now if he gets grain sales, he's really screwed. Especially with cultural being out of the deck. He really has to pray to not get grain sales. Of course, seeing my headline helps him a lot, because he gets enough information to decide whether he can afford headlining CIA or not. But the problem is that if Missile Envy hits a red card, then that doesn't help him. Central, okay, that's harmless. What will I get? Alliance, 2 VPs. Not great, but that's not terrible. Yeah, that's terrible though. Again, he had a chance to give up the CIA, and he didn't think it was necessary. Interesting. Well, okay, everything's scored except for Europe, so we're just playing for the map. In general, let's get Angola for 2 VPs. I don't want to give him any opportunity to event Reformer if for some reason he hadn't decided to not headline it. The call is probably playable. It's almost playable. Okay. The board is pretty equal, but Europe can still be scored this game. So can Southeast Asia actually. Oh, to be fair, yeah, Southeast Asia is still there, so result of this game could be decided by which scoring is here and which is not. In this case I should probably try to hold onto North Sea oil, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so I'm surely... If he had Southeast Asia scoring, he would have scored it now, right? So... I will just start with spacing Che. Now I expect him to space, if he has something to space, because now one small step would be really painful. Have we played before? We have never played before. Okay.
The totalitarian world produces backwardness because it does such violence to the spirit, thwarting the human impulse to create, to enjoy, to worship.
He overprotects Panama even harder. Okay. I'm trying to not play Chernobyl yet, because if he plays, if he makes clear that he doesn't have Warsaw Pact, it's still an option for me. Also, like, I don't want to give him this information that Chernobyl is not going to be played for an event this game. It would be a useful piece of information. Warsaw Pact, hello. So what would I need? Assuming he doesn't get Reformer. 4 ops to break it, additional 5 to take it. So it's 9 times 2, 18. Which is like 3 per card. And that's assuming he doesn't get Reformer. This sucks, bro. No, I'm not going for it. I don't think I can. Unfortunately. If I got East Europe... Oh no, it's gone. RIP. Yeah, then whatever. I'm not gonna hope for turn on this wall. Yeah.
The totalitarian world produces backwardness because it does such violence to the spirit, thwarting the human impulse to create, to enjoy, to worship.
Oh, okay. That's his plan for getting rid of the CIA. And that's why he's overprotecting everything. Okay. That makes some more sense, I guess. Yeah, let's try it anyway. Oh, that's a good 6. That's a 6 in a moment where I really wanted it to happen. Nice. CIA, thank you. And grain sales. And he can actually give me grain sales too. Well, okay, queuing double overprotected to stability countries is probably meaningless. So I guess I'll just Kuzire with a 4-up anyway. Yeah, in case that happens. and I expect him to give me grain cells anyway. I will just give him back the Iran-Iraq war because there is no way I'm giving him 2 VPs instead, and I'm queuing Zaire with a 2-up. Unless he wants to hold on to grain cells, but I doubt it. Yeah. Oh. He coups himself first. Yeah, you can have that. Like, is there anything between A6 and A1 in this game? Like, what the hell? What's going on? Sure, overprotect Brazil, overprotect France. Or double overprotect France. Maybe double overprotect France in case of Suez. Okay, that's okay, that's a hand. That's a playable hand. And it probably doesn't get much from North Sea oil. Or doesn't it? Maybe it does. But I can always use it mid-turn if I want to. Ironically, it doesn't get much from Junta, I think. And how good are colonials? Okay, this hand is surely not bad. This is not a bad hand. I'm just not sure what to make of it yet. Europe headline is susceptible to the reformer. Terrorism is kind of random, and we don't like that. Junta is weird. It could be good though. I just need a good roll on it. Like, if I get a 6, that's perfect. If I get at least a 3, then it at least makes him respond to it in some way. Evil Empire is redundant. North Sea Oil is not terrible, but probably not the best headline I could have. I should probably just go for colonial regards to disrupt Southeast Asia and protect Nigeria a bit, and I will base my response to base my play pattern to the challenges he provides. Oh, come on. That's unfortunate. Okay, so the best way to counter decal played this way is to just attack. So that he uses his influence from decal to respond. I don't have a 4th place of attack, so I will just overprotect Algeria because that's the most accessible battleground he could break with decal. And if he uses 3 ops from decal to just repair the damage in Southeast Asia, then that's absolutely fine. That's one of the most annoying scenarios when you headline colonials as the USA and you see decal played by the USSR player.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Okay. I don't want to coup now, so I guess if he has arms race, that's good for him. There's like 1/3 of a chance for that. He will take it. Okay, I feel quite safe about this game, because now I can space Pershing, event North Sea Oil, and be content with almost surely going to the final scoring with 2 last action rounds, which is a huge advantage, of course. So let's just not do anything silly. Let's space Pershing, then event North Sea Oil, and then I have a 2-up Junta, a 3-up, a 4-up, and a 3-up. A pretty solid position to be in. Okay, he has Fidel. Come on. He clearly has Fidel. So I guess I'll hold Junta to respond to it, so I'll get my mill-ups by Queen Columbia. Ah, I won. I hoped for a 6. It was a 50-50, right? It had to be a 6 or a 1. Unfortunately, this time I failed, so it was a 1. But if it was a 6, I would have a good realignment target in form of Venezuela. A decent one, at least. So after he plays Fidel, I could use that as my secondary target. Okay, he protects Chile, that's whatever. Okay, can I set up any threats with Evil Empire? The best I can do is probably in the Middle East, so let's do it. If he has Muslim ref, then so be it. NATO. Okay, let's see if my read on him having Fidel was correct. Hello. Okay, great. GG. Now I can counter that with Junta into Cuba, Queen Colombia. Please don't be a 1. Ah, a 6! I won the 50-50! Oh, yes. I love to win a coin toss.
because it
Best feeling ever.
to the spirit, thwarting the human impulse to create, to enjoy, to worship.
Okay, so that was the first round of the Evergreen tournament. I I have to admit I expected this game to be easier. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time, perhaps in the next game of the tournament, or maybe not, we'll see. Bye.